Dragon Ball Daima episode 18 continues off where the previous episode leaves off, in which Goku has finally transformed into Super Saiyan 3 and is fighting up against King Goma. And throughout the episode we watch these characters fight Goma to the best of their abilities, and despite all their best efforts, it all proves to kind of be in vain, because even Super Saiyan 3 was not enough to be able to bring down this tyrant. And Glorio and Arinsu are just over there about to get ready to summon the new dragon of the demon realm, the new Purunga as you might say, in order to get their wish. Though Glorio is now having second thoughts after all the adventures and events he's been through with Goku, and how that has changed him and made him question whether what he's doing is right. So is he going to betray Arinsu or betray his newfound friends? That is yet to be seen until the next episode. And throughout this entire episode we just have all the characters fight each other. But one of the most interesting aspects of this episode, and is by far what made it one of the most standout episodes of Daima and all of Dragon Ball, I will say, is the canonization of Super Saiyan 4. That is something I never thought would be introduced in Daima. I thought that there would be a fusion between Vegeta and Goku, like this is their first steps into actually doing Gogeta, and maybe it's gonna be like a fat joke or something, like they get it wrong the first time and then they perfect it in Dragon Ball Super Broly. I thought that was gonna be the thing. It sounded like something Toriyama would do, but no, he decided to actually canonize Super Saiyan 4. And the old Namekian that we see throughout the show that is with the gang has given him a bit of his power and basically gifted him all these new magical abilities. Goku has now felt the magic that has been just bestowed throughout the entire episode and now is bestowed upon him. And this is the result of that. Super Saiyan 4 is basically a magic form. And I feel like this is going to be one of the first steps into really connecting with Super, in terms of connecting the Super Saiyan forms with Super Saiyan God. Because with Super Saiyan God, it's a form that Goku was disappointed in because it was a form that he did not have to train for. He had to do some sort of ritual with all the other Saiyans that are left, even the half-breed ones, including his sons, and that disappointed him that he wasn't able to train for this new form. And I feel like by the end of this series, he's going to feel that exact same way once he got in Super Saiyan 4 and he looks back at it and be like, even if I want to try and get that form again, I don't want to get it the same way as I did before. I want to train for it. I want to earn it. Because that's how Goku is. He's someone who works hard for his rewards. He trains as hard as he can, and that is something that I really admire about the character, and I feel like that's going to be something that he's going to be divided within himself, like be conflicted, by the end of the series. And the whole action sequence with Super Saiyan 4 and King Goma was just all around awesome to watch. The animation is just beautiful. The RPG music in the background is just really fun to listen to and really emphasize the fun nature of this show. Despite all the craziness going on, it still feels like we're watching Dragon Ball Daima. There's a specific tone and feel to this show that feels specifically its own when compared to Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Super. And the music is a big contributing factor to that. It's not some of my favorite Dragon Ball music, but in terms of the tone and style of this show, I think the music and its RPG style to the adventure that our characters are going on fits very well within the nature of this show. And watching all the other characters do their best to try and still get in the fight and help Goku out was just awesome to see. I like all the 1v1 fights in Dragon Ball, but I really love it when all the characters all together are able to contribute in some way to the fight all in one. Like it's taking all of everyone to try and go up against this one big enemy, and it makes whoever they're fighting feel like an even bigger threat. And that's what this fight really does well. It showcases how much of a threat King Goma is to everyone around them. I mean, just this episode was awesome. I love it. I don't know if it's going to be my favorite episode of this show. The next two could give it some, might be higher. I don't know, but this is going to be one that's hard to top in terms of Daima so far. It's definitely up there in my top 3 favorite episodes of Dragon Ball Daima. And I just had a really good time watching it. Had a really good time watching all these characters, the fight sequences, all the little nuances and connections to Super, and the certain character interactions that especially Du and Ku. I love their interactions and how they try to uplift each other and try to cheer on for one another against Goma. Like those two brothers, I really enjoy their screen presence. And it's going to be sad to know that they're probably not going to come back at any point. Who knows, maybe there'll be a game where they'll be added to it, I'm sure. But I hope they come back for any future arcs in Super. I really do hope that. All around, this episode was just a whole lot of fun, and I cannot wait to see how the rest of the series is going to conclude. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys next time.